So, Bruce,
Yes.
about what resonated with the Manor for you to make you want to team up with Blumhouse and how'd you say Excella Caroline?
Axela, yeah. Well, the big draw for me was working with Barbara Hershey, who we did our first film together. My first film back in New York in the late '60s, a film called Last Summer. And the opportunity to finally work with Barbara again after all these years was a very nostalgic class trip for me, to go back and that. And Axel was somebody who had a wonderful idea that was open to creative input. So we all had sort of an ability to bring something to the pot, as it were, the pot being the Manor.
Yeah, and it's also it's quite a refreshing story as well to see, the older generation actually taking the forefront of this film and focusing on the institutional horrors as well that comes with it. The Blumhouse have never shied away from this. I mean, how important for you was it to be involved in a story, even though it's a horror as well? People have certain expectations from them to open up that kind of conversation.
Well, what's really nice about the Blumhouse is they're always trying to expand and be inclusive and bring other ideas into it. I mean, we, on a more commercial basis, so many people live within a framework of young, make this all for young kids or make this all for this demographic. And Blumhouse has the freedom to explore new genres within their own genre. I mean, they start in one place and they're like this light that's kind of expanding out. It's becoming part of all different phases of life. It's the 7 ages of man of Shakespeare. There are all kinds of people out there that love movies, and being an independent group of filmmakers within that is really exciting because there's room for everybody and there are stories to be told. I mean, Shakespeare did it. Why can't the rest of us and make that? Because they were exciting in their day, and this is exciting now to be able to tell stories from different perspectives, from different ages, from different groups, and connecting humanity in all of it.
Yeah. Without going into too much detail, how much fun did you have prancing around in the middle of the night, dabbling with the occult? And also, what was the most scary part of the film for you?
Oh, I haven't seen the film, so I don't know what's going to scare me most with anything else. I know working out in the woods was fun. It always is, especially if there were no mosquitoes, so that was great. But just the opportunity of working with a group of filmmakers who really care about something being new, that they're all part of it. It's much more of a collaborative offering together to make an independent film. And that's what I find the most exciting about it. And that's what, when I'd be sitting there watching everybody else doing their job, I really had an admiration for it because everybody was part of something that they were a creative part of. All the crew members and, the lighting, everything, monsters.
Okay, and across, you've had some great roles across your career. I mean, has there been a role that you turned down that you regret not taking?
Gosh, oh man, I can't think of anything I turned. Oh, yes, there is one. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot that Jeff Bridges did with Clint. I turned that down to do Willard, as all things as I remember, with the Rat movie. But, we all go in our different directions sometimes, and who knows?
Well, thank you very much for talking to me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Zara.